Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. We've got a Fischer Nightstick 97 here for you. We do get a graphic update for this year, but the ski returns structurally unchanged. And I think that's a great thing because this is one of those skis that you don't normally think about in terms of being kind of a everyday all mountain / freeride ski, because it does kind of fall more into a park category. But when you get on it and kind of start to turn and start to feel the subtleties of this ski, it really seems like it has more to offer than just a freestyle component. And as a 97 millimeter twin tip, there's just a lot of usefulness here. And the fact that they're able to put this amount of usefulness into a ski that actually skis quite well is really impressive. From last year when we first got on them to this year in our ski test, I've had, I would say, 3 to 4 really fun and solid days on this Nightstick 97. It has certainly kind of jumped a few levels in my mind after first kind of seeing it come out and being like, I wonder what that thing's all about. And then you get on it a few times and you're like, okay, I get it. This is a real ski with the twin tip and it's built for fun, but it has this kind of sneaky level of performance that's kind of, it takes a second to figure out to get the confidence, but once you do, it's pretty limitless what you can do on a Nightstick 97. Super fun ski. Still built with a full poplar wood core. We do get Titanal reinforcement underfoot. The twist here is that Titanal is on the bottom. A lot of times we'll see metal being put on top of the core. With the Nightstick, it's on the bottom, putting it closer to the snow. So underfoot, it really does a better job of removing initial vibrations. And then it also helps the park skiers with durability. If you're on rails or something like that, just making sure that middle section in the lower portion is pretty fully supported. So metal underfoot, nice thicker wood core throughout the tips and tails, full sidewall throughout. And kind of here's where it gets a little bit interesting because it is flexible. There's no denying that this is a ski that falls on the softer side of the spectrum. Really kind of has that nice bend at the very tips and tails. But the metal underfoot keeps it nice and sturdy and just really allows for ease of use in the ends. And then underfoot in that thicker wood core section and with the metal, you really get a nice sturdy platform to stand on. This is the 177 on the scale here at 1,842 grams, so it's not a super lightweight ski, nor is it terribly heavy. It has a solid feel to it, and that's kind of one of the most fun parts. In terms of shape and profile, because it's a park ski, there is a variety of mount points. They do have a true center mark, and then they go -2, and then -4 is the team recommended. So there are a few kind of different recommendations for you there. I kind of like it maybe a little bit further back than most to really accentuate more directional side while keeping that twin tip there for fun. And I really like twin tips in the woods around here because they're just so easy to move around. But yeah, 97 millimeters underfoot, that's highlighting the usefulness of the ski for sure. And then we see kind of a modern twin tip rocker camber rocker profile. Because it has a center mount, there is more of that camber that is more forward in the ski. And you do get a nice round flex and more balanced nature. But you can kind of feel the stiffness of the camber underfoot come through. That delivers a lot of energy to the ski. And then tip and tail rocker, pretty similar, not too vastly different, but also pretty standard for what we're seeing for mid to upper 90s twin tips in terms of rocker and taper. That taper shape is brought down pretty far into the ski, so nice flotation out of the tip. And then pretty similar in the tail. It's kind of a consistent rise. It's not like it goes and juts out like a more park-oriented ski does. There's definitely some of that free ride and all mountain versatility keyed in here to that rocker profile. And then some taper, not a ton. It's a little bit more dramatic just at the very end than the tip, and that's going to allow you for better steering and mobility. Yeah, super fun ski. You know, it's one of those ones that you're not expecting a whole lot, and then it kind of jumps out at you at having a lot of potential. We do have some feedback here from tester Matt McGinnis. I had to edit this down because he wrote a lot about it. He goes, "This ski was a really pleasant surprise for me in an unexpected way. The 97 punches above its weight class when it comes to flotation and the ability to handle chopped up snow. What was really cool about the experience, though, is that when you put it on edge, it felt more like a narrower waisted skis. In other words, the Nightstick 97 proved to be a ski that handled loose snow like a wider ski, but with the carving capabilities of a mid-90s ski." Pretty cool. I had a very similar experience this year at our ski test where we had softer snow, really kind of slushy snow, but then if you're on kind of more shady sides, it was still pretty firm underneath. So you ended up with a lot of variation in terms of the firmness and softness of the snow. It was also late in the day of, I think, ski test day 2 that I was on this, and I was pretty tired at the time and was happy to have something that could both chill on as well as open it up if you wanted to. So flexible enough to be able to be a little bit lazy, but also sturdy enough in that underfoot zone to get some good power and really kind of max out on your edge angles. Wonderful, wonderful carver and supreme versatility for anything from trees and bumps to park and beyond. So yeah, that's it. Make sure to check out this Fischer Nightstick 97 here at SkiEssentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.